What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jerome, and I'm here tonight with the review for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season number 11. I think this is episode number 16, and it's titled By Wig, Hello Drama. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the video. And I look like Finding Waldo mixed with Freddy Krueger. Horrible mix, but let's get into this video. Okay, so the episode, it opens up with Candy. We see Candy, she's at the candy factory, and we see a lot of people lined up there. So this is for the auditions for the Welcome to the Dungeon show that she's putting on. So we see the people that go in groups. It was men and it was women. They went in, they auditioned. Candy and Todd had certain people that they liked. And then we see Don Juan, he comes in there, he has, he said he comes in there with a chair. And he tells Candy them that, they had one more person out there that wanted to audition solo. And Candy was like, well, why does this person, feel so special? And then it's Cynthia. So Cynthia comes in her outfit, and Cynthia looks absolutely amazing. Like 52 years old, Cynthia looks freaking amazing because she just had a birthday this past week. Cynthia looks good. However, Cynthia is stiff as fuck. Like, I was looking at her and I was looking at her move. I'm like, Cynthia, what are you doing? Like, you ain't moving. I'm like, I'm gonna give it to her. Body is phenomenal, but the moves could use some work. So yeah, that's pretty much it with Candy and her stuff. All right, so next we have Nene. So we see Nene, she is at Swag Boutique. She is talking to, I guess, her assistant or somebody that works at Swag Boutique, and she's talking about how she's gonna have to hire someone to help her. And she's also talking about, Greg, he went home from the hospital for, after getting the colostomy bag. I can't say that word. He got that again, I can't say the word, so I'm going to stop trying to say it. But he got that bag removed from him. So he went home. So then we see Giovanna. She shows up. And Nene is telling her that she's having this party. And Nene with her themes. The thing that she had last season with the Bring Your Gays, Never Forget party. And then this, this one is going to be the By Wig party, which I'm like, you should have invited Kim to this party so we can see Kim without a motherfucking wig. All shade to Kim. All shade to Kim. So yeah. So, she's talking to Giovanna. And she's telling Giovanna that she's inviting, her there. But then the other girls are going to be there. And, Giovanna apologizes to Nene. And Nene's like, well, maybe you need to extend this apology to the girls as well. Because if we all remember, earlier in the season when they had the couples party, Giovanna was that bitch from Clark. And I'm like, oh, God. But yeah. And Giovanna's like, you know what? I can apologize for my behavior, but I'm not going to apologize for what was said. But if Eva didn't know you, then Eva didn't know you. So for you to get so hostile and everything, that was stupid as hell. And she's talking about she's not going to apologize. I'm like, okay, Ivana, don't nobody really give a fuck about you because you're not a cast member. So what the fuck ever. So then we see this scene where Nene is getting ready for the, By Wig party. That party looked like it was over the top because she had a guy there that was singing. And I'm like, what the fuck is he singing for? But again, it's Nene and she's throwing one of her over the top extravagant parties. So then we also find out in this scene that Greg was once again, he was readmitted to the hospital because he called his doctor. And when he got there, his doctor told him that he had some blood clots. So she just wanted to keep him there, because when you get blood clots, if you don't treat them, you can die. So I'm glad that he knew something was going on and he checked, he talked to his doctor, and I'm glad that she ran tests and kept his ass there. So she's on the phone with Cynthia. She calls Cynthia. And, she's talking to Cynthia about it. So the only people that know about this was Cynthia and Marlo, because Greg texts both Cynthia and Marlo to basically go and check on Nene. And she's going to tell the other girls at the party. So then it's getting ready to go to commercial break. So then they show us, Nene, she's having fun, getting ready to go up the stairs to get ready for the party. Then they flash 4 hours later, and this is when she and Marlo are arguing with one another. Then they go 4.5 hours later, and, she's crying. And then we go 7 hours later, and this is where we saw in the trailer for what's coming up later this season, when she grabbed the production by the shirt and ripped his shirt up. So we're going to see how that plays out later in the episode. All right, so next we see Eva. So Eva's wedding planner shows up. Her name is Ellie, and they're talking about the wedding. They're talking about the guest list. I forgot how many people Eva initially had that she wanted to come to the wedding, but there are now 85 people over, which pushes the budget over at this point. Eva's talking about security. The venue, they have 4 security, and then they have 8 APD there. I'm like, well, you know what? I was gonna say, why is security there? Because it's not like, I'm not gonna say Eva's not a big name, but I had to think about it. Michael, he's a politician, so I guess I can kind of see it. She's telling her wedding planner how she broke down about the wedding dress for her reception, and she still hadn't found the dress at this point. Then she's talking about how they're planning to move into the city of Atlanta, in case, just in case Mike wants to run for office in Atlanta, because you have to live within the city limits to run for public office, which I did not know that. I guess that's why I would never run for a public office. All right, so then we had the wig party. So we see Candy, she shows up first, no surprise there because there's food involved. Then we see Eva show up, we see Tanya show up. They talk about Candy's auditions for the dungeon party. She talks about Cynthia auditioning. Then we see Tanya do some weird kind of thing. And then Shamari shows up. I was confused about Shamari's hair because I like, the natural hair on the top. But then when she had the braids going up, I was slightly confused about that. And I think it was just on one side. Like, if she had done it on both sides, it would have looked better. So then, we see Cynthia show up. Actually, before Cynthia showed up, we saw Nene come downstairs. And she's telling them that, Greg was readmitted back into the hospital because of the blood clots. Then we see Cynthia. She shows up. And Cynthia, they were looking at Cynthia because she had 2 little ponytails that were wrapped up in her hair, and they were like, that looked like it might be some added hair, but she said it wasn't. Then Yvonne shows up. I couldn't do without Yvonne, and Portia and Marlon, they are late to the party, and Nene is in her feelings, and I'm like, but weren't you the same person that was late in Tokyo? But neither here nor there. So then Yvonne, she apologizes for her behavior at date night, but she says that she's not sorry for what was said. Because I guess, again, she was Giovanna. She was that bitch at Clark Atlanta. She was a part of it. They were all a part of a clique. Eva was like, I want a part of the clique. Like, what clique was it? BBC, Big Booty Clique. Then she got a tattoo that says dime piece. And she said, yeah, dime piece. You remember? Eva was like, no, girl. I just read that on your thigh. Don't remember you. So then we see Portia. She shows up at 6:20 p.m. Nene, she was going in on Portia. And, they saw Portia's ring and everybody was happy for Portia. So then, Nene talks about how her and Marlo got into it the day before because Marlo drove over to the house, but Nene was out shopping. And then at 6:39, Marlo does show up. And then when Marlo comes in, Nene's, not trying to touch her. She did the same thing with Portia, but she did kiss Portia. And she's talking about, Marlo's edges, her dress that she had on. She said purple, but that dress looked like it was pink to me, but that's neither here nor there. So she kept calling Marlo all types of bitches, and I'm like, damn. And then, Nene, she started going in on Marlo. So Marlo reads the text that Greg sent to her. And she said that she had a hair appointment that she just walked out of because, she was concerned about her sister, how she was doing, because she didn't know what state she was in. And I absolutely understand that part. So then, they start to get into it with one another. And, Nene started crying. And then, Marlo is over there. She's upset and she's trying to leave. And you got, you got some girls trying to calm Nene down. And then you got Cynthia and Portia, and I think it was Candy and Brent trying to calm Marlo down, tell Marlo not to leave, like stay. She, she's emotional right now, and Marlo was too. Like I understood both. I understood Marlo's point more than I understood Nene's point, because Marlo's point was, this is my sister, this is my friend. Like her husband, my brother, my friend, he's in the hospital, and I just want to make sure she's good. What Nene could have said to Marlo was, you know what, Marlo, I'm just not in a good headspace right now. I get that you want to check on me. I'm okay, but I'm not okay. I just want to get out the house and I just want to do whatever. If you want to come join me, that's fine. I'm not going to stop you, but I'm just not at the house right now. So don't waste your time going to the house. I'm not there. But Nene did not say that. And, she just, like I said, she flipped out. So then we see, so Nene goes upstairs. So then we see Cynthia. She goes to check on her. And we see Shamari downstairs. Shamari is drunk as fuck. Shamari is lit. She's flirting with Eva. She's messing with Tanya. Whew. And then they start talking about Portia's wedding. Portia doesn't know if she wants to get married while she's pregnant or if she wants to wait until after she has the baby, which we pretty much know now that she's going to wait till after she has the baby because she's almost due and they still haven't gotten married at this point. So then, we see Shamari. She dips out quickly for a little bit and she went to the bathroom and they're like, where's Shamari? So they go in the bathroom. It was Cynthia and it was Eva. Shit, Shamari threw up all over Eva. I'm like, oh, that is nasty. And God, the way the throw up smells. So then Eva goes upstairs. She needs to change out of that dress, and Nene gives her something else to wear. So then we see, because at this point upstairs is Eva, it's Tanya, it's Marlo, and it's Cynthia, and it's Nene. So then Portia and Candy come upstairs. So Candy wants to see Nene's closet, and Nene's like, oh, my closet's not together, nah, girl. But Candy's like, but Nene's been telling me to come see her closet. So then Portia and Candy go into the closet. Then production falls in behind her, and that's when we see Nene grabbing production. But I think she charged at Portia as well. I'm not sure. We're not sure about that. We'll find out next week. But that was Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys later. I'm not going to review that Married to Medicine thing. I'm just going to wait for the Married to Medicine Los Angeles to come on next Sunday to review it.